Everyone knew Sarah Mitchell had washed out of sniper school. She'd been working in the cargo division of the military base for 5 years, and nobody even bothered to talk to her. But tonight, when General Harrison came under enemy fire, everyone would learn who Sarah really was. I wonder where you're watching this incredible story unfold from today. Whether you're in the bustling streets of New York, the quiet neighborhoods of Denver, the vibrant energy of Los Angeles, or maybe you're viewing from across the globe in London, Tokyo, Sydney, or Toronto. Wherever you are in this world, I'm sure you've witnessed someone rise from a crushing failure before. Maybe you've seen that moment when hidden talents emerge, when second chances prove their worth. But rarely does it happen as dramatically as what you are about to witness tonight at Camp Liberty. 29-year-old Sarah Mitchell was the quiet, withdrawn corporal working in Camp Liberty's cargo division. Standing 5'6" inches with an athletic build, but always keeping her head down, this woman had completely retreated into the background after the humiliating experience she'd endured 5 years ago. Her red hair was always pulled back in strict military regulations. Her green eyes that once focused on targets now constantly looked at the ground. Everyone at Camp Liberty knew Sarah's story. In 2018, she had been accepted into Army Sniper School with the highest scores among female soldiers. She'd excelled in physical tests and demonstrated superior performance in mental evaluations. Even the instructors had been impressed by her potential. "This woman is a natural-born marksman," Staff Sergeant Rodriguez had said at the time. "It's like she was born with a rifle in her hands." But failure had come at the most unexpected moment. During the final week of sniper school, Sarah faced her final evaluation. She needed to hit a moving target from 1,200 meters in windy, rainy conditions. Sarah took position, held her breath, pulled the trigger. She missed. Not just once, but 3 times in a row. An inexplicable tremor had started in her hands. Her heart was beating so fast, she couldn't maintain her shooting position. After 16 weeks of grueling training, she had choked at the final moment. "Mitchell, this is over," Sergeant Major Williams had said. "Being a sniper isn't just technical skill, it's maintaining your cool under pressure. You failed to demonstrate that." That day, Sarah's life changed completely. She was kicked out of sniper school, but the story didn't end there. Her failure quickly spread throughout the entire base. She was tagged with nicknames like the woman who couldn't cut it as a sniper, the soldier who choked, the rookie who couldn't handle pressure.
Her friends tried to support her, but Sarah was no longer the same person. Her confidence was completely shattered. She isolated herself from everyone, didn't participate in social activities, just performed her assigned duties and quietly retreated to her room. Colonel Peterson, Camp Liberty's commanding officer, assigned Sarah to the cargo division considering her psychological state. "You'll get back on your feet in a calm environment," he had said. "This is just temporary." But it wasn't temporary. 5 years had passed, and Sarah was still in the same position. Working in the cargo division was both punishment and refuge for Sarah. She repeated the same routine every day. Started work at 0600, sorted packages, organized shipments, ate lunch alone, went home at 1800. She didn't try to build social relationships with anyone, nor did she want anyone to approach her. Other soldiers at Camp Liberty approached Sarah in different ways. Most didn't take her seriously, seeing her as the failed sniper. Some approached with pity, while others completely ignored her. "Hey, Sarah," Specialist Mike Turner would sometimes say when they crossed paths in the cargo area. "Still using weapons, or is it just paperwork now?" These kinds of comments hurt Sarah, but she never responded. She would just nod and continue with her work. But when night came, when everyone was asleep, Sarah transformed into a different person. In her own room, she had set up a small shooting simulator where she practiced for hours.
She had installed a laser pointer system, calculated wall distances, worked on breathing techniques. She might have been kicked out of sniper school, but the fire inside her had never died. Every night, she remembered Sergeant Major Williams' words. Being a sniper isn't just technical skill. It's maintaining your cool under pressure. Someday I'll show them, Sarah would whisper in the darkness. Someday I'll prove it to everyone. But that day never seemed to come. Camp Liberty was a military base of critical importance due to its strategic location in the Middle East. In recent months, terrorist activities in the region had increased, and intelligence reports showed that enemy groups were planning to infiltrate the base. General Patricia Harrison had risen to the rank of general for the first time in her 25-year military career, proving her worth in a male-dominated environment as an experienced commander. This week she had come to Camp Liberty for an official inspection, but some commanders were uncomfortable with General Harrison's visit, particularly Colonel Marcus Drake, who questioned the place of female generals in the traditional military hierarchy and attributed Harrison's success to luck. Female general, Drake would grumble to his friends. Washington's political correctness game. We'll see what happens in real combat.
From her hands 5 years ago.
One more time, Sarah whispered. Just one more time. In the second phase of the enemy commandos managed to breach the base's inner defense lines. Their target was clear: capture the command center and take General Harrison. General Harrison was coordinating the situation from the South Tower command post of the base. This was strategically the most important position because it could see the entire base and communicate with all units. But it was also the most dangerous position. At 0230 hours, enemy snipers began targeting the South Tower. The first bullet passed just 12 inches from General Harrison. "General, this area is no longer safe," shouted Major Stevens. "We must evacuate immediately." But Harrison was stubborn. "If I abandon this position, I can't coordinate the base's defense. I'm staying." The second bullet grazed Harrison's helmet. The third passed at chest level. The enemy sniper was adjusting the distance. The next shot would be certain. "Someone needs to stop that sniper!" Stevens yelled. But Camp Liberty's available marksmen didn't have the experience to make a shot from that distance. Approximately 800 meters, at night under enemy fire. General Harrison was in a death trap, and no one could save her. Sarah was monitoring the situation from the observation post on the east side of the base. With the M24 rifle on her shoulder, she was scanning enemy positions through the optical scope. 5 years of longing and accumulated skill were manifesting instantly. When she saw that General Harrison was in danger, everything changed inside Sarah. She was no longer the failed sniper, but the wounded warrior. And warriors protect their comrades. She identified the enemy sniper's position in the abandoned building 850 meters north of the base at a third-floor window. Wind was blowing from the east. Humidity was high. Temperature was low. She made all calculations in her mind, but this shot was even more difficult than the one she had failed 5 years ago. Night vision, long distance, moving target, shooting under pressure. All the factors that had caused her to fail at sniper school were present here. "Can you do it, Sarah?" she asked herself. "You couldn't do it 5 years ago. Can you do it now?" The answer came with the determination in her eyes. She had to do it. Sarah took position. She placed the M24 on its bipod legs, adjusted the optical scope, made wind and distance calculations. She tried to control her heartbeat. The enemy sniper was preparing for his fourth shot at General Harrison. Sarah could see his position perfectly, but the shooting window was very narrow. Only his head and shoulders were visible. "Breathe, Sarah," she whispered to herself. "Just like Dad taught you. Breathe in, breathe out, hold half, shoot." But just as she was about to pull the trigger, That horrible night from 5 years ago came back. Her hands started trembling. Her heart accelerated. The scope began to shake. No, Sarah gritted her teeth. Not this time. At that moment, she heard her father, Robert Mitchell's voice in her mind. Her father, a retired Marine sniper who had taught Sarah to shoot as a child, always used to say, "Sarah, being a sniper isn't just about shooting. It's about taking responsibility. It's about protecting other people's lives. If you're scared, put your fear aside and do your duty." Sarah took a deep breath. This time was different. This time it wasn't an exam, but a real war. General Harrison's life was in danger, and Sarah was the only one who could save her. The trembling in her hands stopped. Her heartbeat returned to normal. The scope stabilized. Sarah pulled the trigger. The shot from 850 meters in the darkness of night, in windy conditions, under pressure, was perfect. The bullet entered exactly in the center of the enemy sniper's forehead. The man fell backward and never moved again. General Harrison was safe. But Sarah wasn't finished yet. She scanned the area through the optical scope and identified 2 more enemy snipers. She neutralized them as well, one by one. 3 shots, 3 perfect hits. Camp Liberty's defense was strengthened. When the enemy sniper threat was eliminated, other units could organize more effective counterattacks. By 0400 hours, the assault was completely repelled. After the battle ended, General Harrison investigated how the enemy sniper had been neutralized. Reports from the observation post showed the same result. Perfect hit with a single shot. Professional-level performance. "Who made these shots?" Harrison asked Colonel Peterson. Peterson was amazed. "We don't know, General. We didn't have a sniper assigned to that area." When the investigation deepened, the truth emerged. Weapons had been taken from the observation post. Empty shell casings bore Sarah Mitchell's fingerprints. "Sarah Mitchell," Peterson said in disbelief. "From the cargo division." General Harrison paused for a moment. "I know that name. Isn't she the woman who was kicked out of sniper school?" "Yes, General. She failed the final exam 5 years ago." Harrison requested the file. When she examined Sarah's background, she was surprised. Perfect performance until acceptance to sniper school. Superior success in all tests. Glowing reports from instructors. She had only failed the final exam. "I want to see this woman," Harrison said. The next morning, while Sarah was working in the cargo division, news came that General Harrison wanted to see her. Sarah felt her heart beating rapidly. She would either be punished or something else would happen. When she entered General Harrison's office, the experienced commander behind the large desk studied her. Sarah came to attention. "At ease," Harrison said. "Mitchell, was that you last night?" Sarah hesitated. She could have lied, denied it, but she didn't. "Yes, General." "Why?" Sarah wasn't prepared for this question. Because I was the one who had to do it, General." Harrison stood up, walked to the window. 5 years ago, you were kicked out of sniper school. You failed the final exam. You couldn't shoot under pressure. What changed? Sarah took a deep breath. 5 years ago, I was shooting only for myself, General. Last night, I was shooting for you. This answer impressed Harrison. She turned around, looked at Sarah. Your fingerprints were on 3 different shell casings. 3 shots, 3 perfect hits. From 850 meters, in night conditions. This is professional-level performance. Sarah was silent. Mitchell, have you ever shown what you can really do? I wasn't given the opportunity, General. Harrison opened the file. You've been working in the cargo division for 5 years. Do you practice shooting? Every night, General. I set up a simulator in my own room. For 5 years? For 5 years. Harrison was amazed. Why? You're not a sniper anymore. Sarah looked directly into Harrison's eyes for the first time. Because being a sniper isn't just a job, General. It's who I am. General Harrison thought for a long time. Then she made her decision. Mitchell, I'm going to make you an offer. Would you like to return to sniper school? This time under different conditions, more experienced? Sarah couldn't believe it. General, I had failed. You failed 5 years ago. Last night you saved my life. People change, develop. You're proof of that. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. The moment she had dreamed of for 5 years had come. I accept, General. But, Harrison continued, this time will be different. Not just sniper training, but leadership training as well. We're going to train you as a sniper team commander. Sarah couldn't find words. There's something else, Mitchell. Last night's shots are on video record. I'm reporting this to the Pentagon. This performance is valuable at the national security level. At Fort Benning's Advanced Sniper School, Sarah Mitchell was now a completely different person. She had been selected as class leader in the 3rd week. She was performing perfectly on all tests. But most importantly, she could maintain her composure under pressure. After 5 years of observation, practice, and mental development, she had reached a different level. Mitchell, Staff Sergeant Rodriguez said one day, you trained here 5 years ago. What's different now? Sarah thought. 5 years ago I was trying to prove myself, Sergeant. Now I'm trying to protect others. Is that difference significant? Life-saving significant. When Staff Sergeant Sarah Mitchell returned to Camp Liberty, nobody recognized her. She was no longer in the cargo division, but was the commander of the newly established elite sniper team. At her first meeting, she had 8 experienced snipers on her team. Some were skeptical about a female commander. Sergeant Mitchell, said Specialist Thompson, what's your experience? Sarah calmly replied, 5 years ago, I was kicked out of sniper school. 6 months ago, I saved General Harrison's life with 3 shots. If you have questions, I'm ready to answer them. The room fell silent. Thompson smiled. I have no questions, Sergeant. Sarah's story had become legend throughout the military community. Magazines wrote articles with headlines like, The Power of Second Chances, From Failure to Victory, The Sniper Who Never Gave Up. But for Sarah, the real success was something else. Every sniper on her team was performing excellently. No one was being lost in the field. Thanks to Sarah's leadership, technical knowledge, and experience, the team had become the U.S.'s best sniper unit. Sarah, General Harrison said during a visit one day, do you ever regret it? If you hadn't failed, maybe you wouldn't have become this strong. Sarah thought, General, failure taught me, but failure didn't define me. The moment I stood up defined me. Today, Colonel Sarah Mitchell manages one of the U.S. Army's most elite sniper training programs. She gives second chances to soldiers who have failed like herself, transforming them into the best snipers. 2 photographs hang on her office wall. One of sad Sarah, taken the day she was kicked out of sniper school 5 years ago. The other from the night she saved General Harrison's life. Failure doesn't define you, she tells her students. How you get back up defines you. And she asks every new sniper candidate the same question. Why do you want to be a sniper? For yourself or for others? Because Sarah now knows that real snipers don't shoot for themselves, but for the people they protect. Sometimes life's greatest failures carry the seeds of the greatest successes. Sarah Mitchell's story is the most beautiful proof of this. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe and join our Everyday Life Stories community. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments. We love hearing from our amazing viewers around the world. Sarah's journey shows us that we should never give up. Sometimes second chances are the most powerful way to prove ourselves.